Hello everybody, my name is EK and welcome to my first ever build video. Now in today's video we're taking a look at the Celestial Open World Tempest build. Now the reason I am playing this is because I've been playing my Tempest or my Ellie in general quite a bit recently, and I just really wanted to find some builds that were fun to play in open world where I wouldn't go down every single time an enemy looked at me and like blew some gust of wind my way. So I did some research and I came across the Celestial Tempest build. Now, the Celestial Tempest build, there are a couple of videos on it already, and you can of course go and check those out. This video is just me putting my own spin on them, and of course showing you my amazing fashion walls that I designed just for this one. I've had this look before actually, but I really, I really like the black and white look. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Let's talk about Celestial. So first of all, what is Celestial? Well, Celestial is a stat set that gives you a bit of everything. It gives you power, precision, toughness, vitality, ferocity, healing power, condition damage, concentration, and expertise. It is quite the list, which also coincidentally makes it very easy to find at vendors because you just scroll down until you see a massive list. Anyway, the reason why this has become very good is because pretty recently they added concentration, which is boon duration, and expertise, which is condition duration, to the stat set, without taking anything away. So this means that it just got a massive buff where you just got a whole pool of extra stats to play with. So the reason why I'm playing this on Tempest specifically is because Tempest does well with everything. Tempest does well with power, precision, ferocity, because it's the general berserker power strike damage type. It does well with condis because you apply quite a lot of bleeding and burning, especially burning is very, very prominent. A healing power is amazing because obviously you have a lot of heals, especially when you play a bit of water. And you just throw out so many boons that people might not even know what to do with them. It's really, really good. And then of course, condition duration is amazing. Getting a bit of toughness and vitality is just, going to make you a bit more durable. Every single stat here works. So, the way I have it set up, I want to just run quickly through the gear, and then I want to, do some gameplay and stuff, and we'll just, go through everything. But I don't want to make this a 30-minute video like I've done in the past, so let me try and keep the pace going a little bit. So first of all, the runes. I am running the superior rune of vampirism. I was thinking about going for a different rune initially. I was thinking about going for the... Hold on, let me quickly go here and go to favorites. See, I did some preparation here, guys. So this is the Superior Rune of Divinity, which gives you plus, a certain amount to all stats and 10% maximum HP. This is perfect because it works just like the Celestial stat set, and it just, it works really well together. But unfortunately, I don't think it's the best option for me personally, at least. I really like going for the Rune of Vampirism. So Vampirism gives you power and vitality, both stats that work quite well. You get a bit more damage, you get a bit more survivability. But the main thing I care about is the 6 set bonus. First of all, it's 10% maximum HP. It's the same as the Superior Rune of Divinity, so there's nothing taken away there. But also, you restore 10% of your 10% of your HP, so your maximum HP, upon killing a foe with no internal cooldown. So this means if I'm half HP, and that's a, like a ball of pocket raptors, like, 5+, doesn't matter how many there are. I burst them down, and I'm full HP instantly. Combine that with the fact that I have this thing right here, which is the Signet Restoration, which heals me every time I cast a spell. I'm just rolling through spells, killing mobs left and right, and I'm just getting HP everywhere. Like, it feels really good, and you'll see that in the gameplay in just a bit. Anyway, continuing. I have the weapons. So here I went with the Superior Sigil of Stamina. Your endurance is refilled each time you kill a foe. So if you play the dagger version, which I personally do prefer, then you'll be... Let me actually start running. Then, you'll be in close combat with mobs quite a bit. Which means, especially if you're doing like Heart of Thorn stuff, like, maybe some hero points or something, you will want to dodge quite a lot. Like sometimes you might be lacking some dodges, and this will really save, save you, provided there are things in the surrounding area you can kill to refill your endurance. Then here we have the Scepter, because I like playing both a Scepter and a Dagger build. Dagger is usually what I use when I'm playing like actually solo content, like doing world completion or doing, whatever collection I'm doing or whatever. And I use the Scepter version when I'm doing, big meta farms, because you can't always tag everything in pretty much melee range. So having the scepter there to tag a bit more efficiently is quite nice. So I'm running Superior Sigil of Speed. You know, it is my tagging set. It is a set I use when I'm playing, playing Dragonfall or playing Drizzlewood, or playing anything where I need to keep up the pace and just tag as many mobs as I possibly can. So having the consistent swiftness here is amazing. Sometimes it might feel a bit useless because you'll get swiftness from the squad, so it might not always be the best case scenario, but I do generally like it because it just makes sure I always have swiftness up. And then here I wanted to just go a bit more into the celestial vibe, so I went for the Superior Sigil of the Stars. Gain a charge of +2 to all stats each time you kill a foe. So it stacks up to 25, which gives you +50 to all stats. There might be a better alternative. There is honestly so much you can play with. Honestly, I feel like I'm saying the word honestly so much. Anyway, when I was scrolling through the trading post to find different things I wanted to try, so many different options popped up. I could have probably made like 10 different videos with 10 different types of sigils and runes. But this one just really works well. Like I said, I wanted to go for that in the armor as well initially, but I just really like the 10% maximum HP restore. And then here, it's very simple. We just have, full celestial as well. So that is the that is the gear. Now the way I'll do this is I'll just go and play a little bit, and then I'll go into the traits, because I don't want to have like 20 minutes of me talking about the build before we go into anything combat related. Let me just find a couple of mobs. I went to this place because I think this place looks fucking amazing, and I just wanted to showcase this place. Usually I usually play with post-processing off, but because this area looks amazing, I decided to turn it on for a little bit. So let's see. There are some forged here. That should be fine, I think. So I want to lose some HP. Let me go in here and hope they hit me a little bit, because these are usually reasonably strong mobs. Okay, hit me a bit. See, I'm already regening because of the signal of restoration. Come on, do some damage. Okay, we're losing some HP. Like, we're already regening so much, like, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm not even killing them yet, really. Like, okay, here we go. Like, we're getting some kills, and look at my HP. Bam, bam. Another one here. I'm not playing right because I want them to hit me a little bit, but I wasn't even in range of dying. Like, I was consistently above the HP that I would feel is appropriate. Like, above 50% HP is perfectly fine. Maybe this area is a little bit too easy. So how about we go to Verdant and find some pocket raptors? Because honestly, pocket raptors, we all know this. Pocket raptors completely destroy you when you're playing Ellie. You're playing full power Ellie, and you just get absolutely destroyed by a pack of pocket raptors. We've all been there, especially when we just started playing. It was an experience. So let me go here and see what it's like on this build. Now, I hope I can keep talking enough to cover this time, and yes, it seems I am able to ramble on and on and on. Now, let's see, are there any pocket raptors around here? If I were a good YouTuber, I might just cut all of this out, but then again, that's not my style. I don't like that. So I want to find some pocket raptors as I'm doing a live recording, because you guys are getting the uncut experience. But unfortunately, the pocket raptors are trying to ruin my YouTube channel. They're trying to ruin my career. Well, as much as having 160 subscribers is a career. So are there just no pocket raptors? Guys, pocket raptors are those kind of mobs where if you don't want to fight them, then they're always all over the place. But wait, do they even spawn around here? I feel like they spawn up there somewhere. Are they not here? Are there no pocket raptors? There's a jungle spiders, but spiders don't do anything. Oh, well, pocket raptors. We have spotted the raptors, guys. They're here. Okay, hit me. Hello? Okay, here we go. We're taking some decent chunks of damage. Okay, here we go. We're low HP. I'm gonna just, unload on them for a little bit. Ah, look at my HP bar. There we go. Beautiful. And we finished the fight full HP. And, obviously, if you have a... Ooh, there's 2 packs. Hold on. And we're also stacking the stars. I might actually die here. Oh, no. Oh, regen. Oh, there we go. Bam. It's amazing. I mean, obviously, we're still in Ellie. We're still not like the tankiest guy ever, but it's amazing. I could still, use rebound if I'm going low. I could use aftershock to get myself some protection. I could play with water a little bit and get myself some healing. There's a lot of options I could use to keep myself alive a bit better, but I wanted to show what it's like when you're like 4k HP, you know, you destroy a pack and you just full HP again. It is really fun. I've actually played in the fractals as well. You know, this build can keep up 25 might relatively easily. It's cool. You can keep up the protection. You can keep a lot of different things. Anyway, I guess they heard me, so now I don't want them here anymore. Because now I want to talk to you guys about the trades a little bit. So if I stand on this ledge over here, will they come to me? Well, I guess we'll find out in due time. Anyway, let me go to the trade. So Celestial has a very interesting pattern, because there's a lot of different options, and the same applies for Celestial. I mean, it's an open world build, and open world builds aren't as set in stone as your average, you know, rating build or PvP build, because usually those are for very refined circumstances, and open world encompasses, you know, a large amount of gameplay. Also, didn't I turn this off up here? Why is this on all of a sudden? Oh, it just like popped up, I guess. Anyway, there's a lot of different options. You could go like water, you could go arcane, like you could pretty much play every single trade line here. This is my preferred one because this one also keeps some DPS rolling. So here, first of all, we take Ferocious Winds, gain ferocity based on your position. I personally really like it. You could run Zephyr's Boon, grants boons to allies you grant auras to. So if I grant an aura, you know, I'll be sharing a bit more boons. That's quite nice if you're playing with a couple friends, if you're doing dungeons or something, and it's like a very bad group. You know, like you have 4 random DPS classes, and you know you're playing the ally, and you're like, oh, you know what? Let me provide some boons. It's quite nice. Obviously, you know, this build is designed to be sufficient on its own, which is why you know, you could swap in and out of these, but this one is more selfish. So in this case, I'd rather have it. And here I choose Raging Storm, critically striking a foe grants Fury, gain ferocity while under the effects of Fury. Once again, it synergizes as well with this. It just gives you a bit more damage. You could choose one of these, but honestly, I don't think either one of them is really that good in this, you know, for this build. So I think this one is quite set in stone. And then here, all 3 options once again are viable. Fresh Air is my preferred style. I really like, you know, being able to swap in and out of air, but also having the option to, you know, just quickly swap into water for, like, you know, use like the 4 and the 5 to heal myself real quick, and then swap back into air immediately. Like, I really enjoy having the flexibility there. Now you could also run Bolt to the Heart, deal increased strike damage to enemies below the health threshold. It's quite nice. Your strike damage, however, isn't amazing, and you know, this will amplify damage, but amplifying not amazing damage won't make it as great as multiplying amazing damage with another 20%. So I feel like the actual increase here is not that amazing. So I much prefer having Fresh Air for the flexibility. And then Lightning Rod, I don't think it's that good here. It's cooldown lightning on a disabled foe, but you would have to disable the foe, and while you do frequently disable foes, it's still not better than Fresh Air in my opinion. Then we go to Fire. In Fire, I like taking Burning Precision. Burning, you inflict its increased duration, and your critical hit gain a chance to inflict burning. Once again, there's a lot of burning in here. You will be overloading fire a lot. You will be using a lot of fire skills in general, because you'll be swapping in and out of mainly fire and air, and you'll be using fire for your might stacking as well. So you'll be spending quite some time in fire. This applies a lot of burning. This applies a lot of burning. This applies a lot of burning. Like there's a lot of burning in here. So having some more burn duration is great. Getting some more burns with your crits, also great. You could run this. You could run lesser cleansing fire if you feel like you're under a lot of condi pressure. If you're playing in a specific area with a lot of condis, you might want to run this to be able to cleanse those condis, because there's not that much condi cleanse on this build. So, you know, it's quite nice to have the lesser cleansing fire you know, as an option. Then here I like to take Power Overwhelming. While at or above the might threshold, gain increased power. Power bonuses are doubled while tuned to fire. Once again, you apply a lot of power to yourself. Oh, sorry, a lot of might to yourself. So making that might stronger is very nice. And then here we have Blinding Ashes. I personally like taking Blinding Ashes because it says inflict blindness on foes you burn. So if I go to these pocket raptors, for example, you know, they would maybe like destroy me usually. But if I use this and like apply burning to them, they're all blinded. Like they can't currently hit me. I have so much time currently to kill them. And, you know, I might be going low, but since I'm blinding them consistently, or quite often at least, I'll be able to just regen the HP that I lost while they were able to hit me. So it creates some more, like it relieves some pressure from your HP pool, which you can then use your rune of Vampirism to heal back up. You could also take something like Persisting Flames. Fire fields created by weapons skills last longer. Whenever your fire fields hit a foe, gain increased strike damage for duration. So this is a bit more damage. And I don't think Pyromancer's Puissance, if I pronounce that correctly, is that great in this specific build. And then we have Tempest. Of course, Tempest ties this all together. Tempest is the main thing that we're talking about because we are the Celestial Tempest. So here we go. We have Unstable Conduit. Grant an aura based on your attunement. It's just nice having this. You could take other ones. You could take Eye of the Storm to get some, stun breaks. You could take Latent Stamina, which I don't think is that great. But, if you're in a group where a lot of dodges are required, you could go and, play in water a lot and, proc Latent Stamina quite a bit. You have a decent amount of Vigor application, but I don't think, especially for solo play, it's not that great. And here we take Invigorating Torrents, or as you grant, also grant regeneration and vigor. So, vigor for ourselves is quite nice, even though we're, regenning a lot of our endurance already. Having some more vigor will just give us even more dodges. It might be overlapping a bit, maybe it's, it's like kind of pushing it too much, but I like it. To be fair, in some cases, like, using a shout grants allies might and inflicts enemies with weakness. Quite nice, but we only have 2 shouts. It's nice, but I personally don't like it as much. And then the Harmonious Conduit is quite nice, because... Am I saying the word nice a lot now? I might have to find some different descriptive words. So, gain stability and swiftness when starting an overload. If you are in an area where there's a lot of different knockdowns, switch to Harmonious Conduit, please, because you can cast your overload as you are actively on the floor. So you can use it as a consistent, knockdown break and get back up. You can also use it to prevent getting hit by one, or, at least negating the actual knockdown effect. It is quite nice. As you can see, I'm working on Draconis Mons Master in the upper right corner. Ooh, those daily hearts, man. Ooh, those daily hearts. And then here, I like taking Transcendent Tempest. Time to attain Singularity is reduced upon successfully completing an overload. Gain increased damage. So... it's quite nice. You overload a lot, especially in air and in fire, and to a lesser extent in water. And I think I use my Earth Attunement the least, but it is quite nice. And having them off cooldown a bit more is quite convenient too, because this gives you a lot of might. The fire one and the air one does a lot of damage, so there's a big reason to run that. Now, Elemental Bastion would be my backup. Because it says heal allies you grant an aura to, grant frost aura to nearby allies when struck while below the health threshold. So as you can see, there's a lot of different options. You could take you could take Zephyrs Boon in combination with Elemental Bastion, and in combination with which one was it? I can't remember. I think there's a third one out there. There's a lot of supportive options. So if you're playing in a group of friends or something, like I mentioned, if you're doing dungeons and you want to run your Ellie there, and you want to do more than just be DPS, then it's probably a lot better to actually run the boot version, because people will die in dungeons. Trust me, when you're playing with friends who or people who aren't very great at the game, people will go down constantly, because dungeons are tuned very interestingly, Anets. They're very interesting. There's a lot of mechanics there, but let's not get into it, because I don't want this to become like a dungeon discussion. So those are the two kind of things you can play into. Like, you can swap between solo play, or you can swap between group play. This build is generally intended for solo play, so that's why I chose the ones I chose right here. So we made it pretty much through all of it. Now the only thing remaining is the food that I would use. I use 2 types of food here. 1 nourishment, 1 enhancement, of course. One of them is Dragon's Revelry Star Cakes. So it says plus 45 to all attributes. You might be seeing a pattern here. It's lots of stuff, lots of attributes. It's great. And then here we have Tuning Icicles. Now the reason I like these is because it says gain condition damage equal to 3% of your precision, and gain condition damage equal to 8% of your expertise. We have both precision and we have expertise. And having played a couple of fractals and stuff, I noticed that burning is definitely the main damage source of this build. There's a lot of strike damage in there too, but it's spread across like lots of different skills, of course. But about 1/3 of the damage from this build comes from getting the burning out. So having burning deal a bit more damage is just quite nice, especially if you want to do the longer fights. And as you've been able to see, the shorter fights, you don't really need additional damage. Like, you have enough damage. What did I even get for this? Oh. Oh, it's a script burglar. It's a script burglar. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not sure if I even have any reason to kill this right now, but, you know. We have to. Gotta get the loot. Gotta chase him down. Can I emote this guy? Does he not do being emoped? Okay, yeah, he has permanent stability. I have been turned into a jaguar of some kind. But you're not escaping me. You are not escaping. Oh, script salvage. Wait, haven't I gotten this one? Loot of script burglars treasure. How? What? I've been playing this game for 9 years, guys. How did I not have? Well, hey, I guess this video achieved something from me as well. Anyway, I feel like that's a fitting end. You know, I'm a little bit sad because I had the star cakes. You know, I have the sigil of the stars. I have the celestial set, and then I don't have the divinity rune to get the you know, the plus attribute thing. Like getting all 4 of them, I have only like 3 out of 4. But ooh, vampirism is so good. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like these types of videos, by the way, if you like the build-up videos, I have a couple more ideas that I want to do, but I'm not sure I am, you know, knowledgeable enough about the game where I can do this better than anyone else. But I do really like doing them. So if you did like this build, or, you know, just video in general, please let me know, because I do have some ideas. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and, well, I'll see you around. Bye, guys.